What is going on, everyone? I am Josh from 625 Media, and it is Vlog Sunday once again. We got a lot to talk about. I tried to take that whole breath for the entire thing, and it's not going to work. It's from the attic. Oh, yes. It is my favorite day of the week, at least for now, while I'm still doing this on Sundays. How's it going? I hope you had a great week. I had a much better week this week, and we'll talk about why here in just a moment. But if you haven't had a chance to look at it yet, go check out Thursday's vlog post. It's a special Thursday vlog where I kind of break down my thoughts and feelings about the footage that went so awry. I think about it, and I'm like, why? Why, man? Why? But I'm feeling a lot better about it now. I got it off my chest, and it helped me harness some new motivation when it comes to the voiceover side hustle and actually really make some forward progress, which we're going to talk about at length. That's my favorite phrase to say. Talk about it at length here in the I guess the bottom half of our vlog Sunday. But first, let's talk stats. And I failed to mention it, but yes, new graphics. New graphics, look at that. Yeah. So I spent my Saturday morning and early afternoon kind of playing around in After Effects and came up with these. I like them. I hope you do too. But anyway, let's talk about August month to date. Blog views month to date, 167 views. Now, that number, it's right along where we were last month. I did look at Google Analytics on Friday just to kind of see how they compare, how the blog stats and Google Analytics numbers compared, and they're showing 781 page views. And honestly, that was Friday, so I got to remember if that was total or if that was the month of August. But if that's just the month of August, there's something wrong with those numbers. They just don't jive. 167 people. That means everybody was looking at like 5 to 6 pages every time they went, and I doubt that because the bounce rates, which are down, they're down to under 50%. We're still like 40-45% bounce rate, which could be, we can make that a lot better. But I have a feeling that there's some things in Google Analytics that I need to look at and tweak and filter out because there's a chance that when I go in to edit blog posts, which I do, I update them, I look for spelling errors and wrong words in places and update that, it may be counting that as a page view. Even though I'm not actually going to the post itself, I'm doing it from the back end. It could be counting that. So I need to look at that and see if there's a way to filter that out, if that's what's happening. Last week's numbers were very, very much down in comparison. And on the surface, just looking at it, it's got to be social media. I was not as active in some of my social media groups, my blogging groups I'm a part of. I've put a new commitment on that this weekend. And Saturday, I spent part of my morning outside of making new graphics, getting back into those groups and sharing some of my social media handles and my blog posts just to make sure that, okay, we are getting some traffic. We're getting some exposure there. Ad revenue, $0, and it's below its bullet point. There's typos all over this today. We can't win them all. These are mistakes that I can make that I'm okay with. But ad revenue, $0. Year to date, we've actually earned 21 cents out of all of the different ad platforms that we're using. Really, we just need to keep driving traffic because a lot of it's based on traffic and it's per 1,000 page views. So once we can get over that hurdle, that ad revenue starts to become something that'll stay $0 until it gets paid out. And for most places, you need to get to that $100 mark before they'll start paying it out. So we got a long way to go, but it's there. It's there and it's waiting. It could be good. T-shirt sales. T-shirt Avenue. Wow, what was I doing today? I was not thinking today. $0 so far in the month of August. I did have 2 sales that were paid out from July, which just kind of fell through. But $5.94. So our total is just above $16 in T-shirt sales. That's out of 4 sales. So remember, we only get a portion of those sales. And then user testing month to date, we're at $130, still the cash cow for our efforts, and then $350 year to date. I thought this week was going to be a little slower than it was, and it was a slower week as far as user testing goes. And I put the same amount of time that I usually do into it, but it wasn't my week to do tests apparently. So we only had a few tests done this week, but I still have some pending payments out there, which is good. Yeah, we'd like to see those paid out as quickly as possible, but when they're pending, it tells me, okay, I've still got some revenue coming in. I can still do some more tests. But that's how we look for stats. So let's look at what I learned. What did I learn? So I don't know that I really learned anything, just kind of things were reinforced for me this week. And I learned that scheduling my social media in advance is definitely a way to go. And I know we've talked about that before, and that I was trying that out and doing that, and it seemed to be helpful. It was really helpful for me this week. I scheduled more this week than I had before. I try to schedule 1 post a day for each the Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and that really helped out in not having to go in there every day and schedule or post something or schedule something. So I spent a lot less time posting throughout the week, and I spent more time on Monday, which is the day that I go in and schedule all of that. I spent a little bit more time Monday, breaking those out. I picked some different time frames just to kind of see, what might be more effective. Just kind of my own litmus test. Although there are people out there who have figured out the optimum times to post to all these places. Let's learn a little bit through trial and error. I'll just take somebody else's word for it, I guess. The numbers can bring you down, and this week was definitely one of those weeks where I'm looking at the blog numbers, and I'm going, what am I not doing? What am I doing wrong here? So what I need to focus on moving forward is not necessarily, looking at the numbers and being up to date all the time on the numbers. But I got to quit babysitting the blog. I got to quit checking the numbers every few hours. That's going to be hard for me to do because I want to know how it's going. It's still very new, very fresh for me. So seeing those numbers is very exciting, but I need to get over that. And I need to just need to concentrate on getting the content and the marketing and just getting it out there and seeing what happens with it. And less on how many people are coming there. So, because that's really where my focus has been when it comes to that, and not, okay, how do I get more? Where can I put that energy to better use? This should be a no surprise, and really isn't anything new, but this week definitely reinforced it for me. Vlog content is much easier for me to produce. And I think I've mentioned this in a previous Vlog Sunday. But the previous 2 weeks, my Thursday content was all written. So we're talking 2,000 to 3,000 word blog posts that I had to prepare throughout the week. This week I did a Thursday vlog. If you haven't had a chance, go check it out. It's me talking about the disaster that was recording a demo. Go check that out. But I spent a lot less time looking at content creation tasks that way. Yes, that vlog took me a little bit longer to produce because there was some editing involved, and it wasn't like Vlog Sunday where I just kind of sit here and let my capture software do the work for me. But certainly wasn't as much time involved as writing a 2 to 3,000 word blog post. Now, there is some written content that is involved there, and I do that for SEO purposes, so that way I can have some content in there. There's enough written content in the post that the search engine is going to pick it up and go, okay, this is acceptable, and it's going to pick up on the keywords, things like that. But really just need a summary in there. So we're talking 600 to 700 words compared to 2,000 words. That's nothing. So I'm going to be vlogging a lot more moving forward, and I've recommitted to that. Just a side note, even though the video part is something that I really focus on here, I'm not getting a lot of love on YouTube, and I'm okay with it for now because it's still pretty new, and I haven't done a lot to market the YouTube channel itself. More the blog and getting to the blog through social media, but the YouTube channel, I think I need to work that into my marketing scheme as well, because there's an opportunity there, and I should be taking advantage of all of that when it comes to this. But that is the week and the month in a nutshell so far. Let's go back to a screen full of my face. So I hope you guys like the new graphics. I'm actually pretty pleased with how they turned out. It was a good Saturday project for me. It was something to get my mind off of everything else that I've been doing this week, and the big focus still was voiceover this week. And it wasn't just me thinking about content that went bad or potential content that I couldn't use because it went bad. So on Tuesday I recorded the vlog for Thursday, which when it comes to like a Thursday vlog, I don't do it like live to tape like I do the vlog Sunday. I recorded it, and it was like I was able to get it off my chest. The way I was feeling about everything, the negativity that I was feeling, it helped me get it off my chest. And as soon as I was done with that, and I had edited everything together, I was like, okay, I do have some decent content here now. I can feel better about it. It's time to move on. And it really gave me a new sense of motivation towards the whole voiceover side hustle. So instead of just recording a demo and just putting it up on one site, I decided to take some real steps forward, not just baby steps like we were talking last week. Some real steps forward to try to get myself into the game. So I went back to the beginning. I went back to the drawing board and thought about, okay, so how did this all start? Where did I go first? What have I kind of put on the back burner because of either finances or lack of confidence in what I'm able to do? And we'll talk about confidence here in a second too, because part of these efforts led to some newfound confidence, some positive confidence. Not that confidence that gets you in trouble, but some positive confidence. But I remembered back to February when I first had the thought of, let's get into voiceover. Let's see what we can do to do this. So I went to the site that I originally went to learn about, how it works today. As a freelancer, how do you get into it? What do you have to do? It's a site called voices.com, and I think I've mentioned it before. But I finally went and I created a profile. And then I uploaded some of my demo material. Good, it's one of the bigger communities out there. It is a pay-to-play kind of thing. So I can create a profile. I can have my material up there all I want for free. But I can't actively seek out auditions unless I pay them $400 and some a year. No, thank you. At least not right now. I don't have the extra money just sitting around to do that. And it's, I'm not trying to bash them because there's a reason people pay that. They're going to get decent service for, I would hope, for that kind of money. The one thing I do like about what they've done so far is I created my profile. And within a day, representatives from the company were calling me like, "Hey, we want to make sure you got your profile set up all right." I didn't take any of their calls. They called a few times throughout the week. I imagine it's to try to upsell me into this $500 a year um, membership. We'll consider that later, but right now, I mean, it's just no. I can't do it right now. I can't justify it right now. Not unless I landed a couple $1,000 gigs like immediately, and I don't know that I would do that immediately, but eventually we'll take that leap. I think, but not right now. It's just not financially worth it. So that led me to go and look for who are the big ones. So there's another site. It's called Voice Bunny, and there's a lot of different bunnies. So there's like writing bunny, there's video bunny, and things like that. So they're all part of a bigger company. But it's like digital creative work. It's freelancers and project managers that need these freelancers to do their projects. The one caveat here is you actually have to apply an audition to be part of their talent pool. Okay. It's going to be all voiceover jobs anyway, so why not? Let's audition. So I did submit the application, and they send you demo material. You look over it as you would any other project, and they give you a time frame in which to deliver. They give you some direction, and you record it, and you deliver it within that time frame. I can't talk to you about what they had me do, but I can tell you that it wasn't anything overly complicated. It was simple to record. It really only took me about an hour and a half to complete. So that was good. It was easy. So here's the one thing that we all should know before I tell you the result of that. Only 2% of the applicants to this site get accepted. Okay. So I go into this knowing there's a good chance I'm not going to get accepted. And knowing my level of expertise, I'm trying not to get my hopes up here. So I go to work the next day, sitting there and eating my $1 breakfast sandwich that I get almost every day. Sometimes I get a donut, but I'm eating a $1 breakfast sandwich on this particular day, and my phone just goes bzz. Got an email. It's from Voice Bunny. So I thought I would share part of that email with you here today. Let me see here. Let me get this pulled up for you. Those graphics so sharp. Anyway, so over here is really just a PDF of the email they sent me. But so they say, "Hello, voice actor. Thank you very much for your application to join Voice Bunny. After careful review, we regret to inform you that we cannot approve your application at this time for the following reasons." Okay, so I'm not disappointed, although it's like, okay, rejection never feels good, but I'm not super disappointed. I'm like, okay, 2%. 2%. How many people actually apply for this, right? So it goes on to read, "Thank you for your submission. However, we won't be able to approve your application due to the following issues. 1. Plosive breath noise issues. Please correctly apply a pro-quality pop screen to avoid exhaled air bursts from blasting the mic diaphragm." So what they're talking about are your plosives, your P's, your B's, okay? P, B, T, things like that, things that have a really hard hit. What they're asking, or what they're suggesting, is one of these. Pop screen. So if I do this, and I speak into it like this, my P's and my B's and my T's and all of those things that have a lot of forceful air coming out, this thing stops it. This is it. This is what prevented me from being part of those 2%. So you know what that means? That means the recording was good, the voice was good, the mixing and the mastering of that file was good. my plosives were way too plosive. So we trust our feedback will help you improve the quality of your work and achieve professional results. They do go on to say that, P.S. If you'd like to try again, please let us know. We may be able to reconsider your application. So I'm definitely going to reapply. If that's it, I am definitely going to reapply. Now I have to remember, and I have to take the same approach to it this time. I was very, very super focused on it, made sure that I didn't, cut corners or just say, that's good enough. I wanted to make sure, okay, this is what I want to use. This is exactly how I want to do it. This is exactly how I want it to sound. So while that was a rejection, it was it was the moment that turned the negativity from the previous week into something very positive. And it kept the ball rolling for me. So on that, even though it's a rejection, I'm feeling good about it. I posted a new gig on Fiverr and deleted the old one. It's already seeing more views and impressions and clicks than the last job did. As of right now, I haven't looked at it since Saturday morning, but I have gotten a couple messages. Unfortunately, those messages are from scammers. So they message you on Fiverr and say, "Hey, I've got a project, but I need to talk to you on a call about it." And then they ask you to Skype, and I have a canned response that says, I appreciate your interest. If you'd like to purchase my services, please do so through the gig or submit a custom request, which is, or a custom proposal, which is how it works. You either buy it right from the gig there on Fiverr, or you can submit a custom proposal through the gig, but you don't do it through messages. Now I can put a custom offer through the messages, but you don't just message somebody, "Hey, let's talk." It's a scam. So we'll see how that goes. On the freelance front, also, I applied for Upwork. So I think last week I called it the upscale Fiverr. I don't know that I'm qualified enough for that crowd. But I put my application in anyway. What's it going to hurt? They're either going to say yes or no. And if they say no, then it's one less place I gotta focus on, and I can focus on the other ones. And then the final one, real quick, the Covoco, it's the site that I originally signed up with, and I hadn't heard anything from them. So I went on my profile yesterday just to kind of check to make sure everything was okay, and everything looked okay. So I wanted to try to look to see if I could see any auditions. So I get to the auditions, and it says, "My profile has been waitlisted upon verification," and that once their verification team takes a look at it and everything's okay, then I can audition. So how long does this take? Because apparently my profile has been waitlisted the entire time. I didn't even realize it. That's probably my fault for not reading closely enough. But I've gotten no indication that, they need anything from me, or that, there's anything extra that's under review. So I sent them a message on Friday like, "Hey, I see this waitlisted. How long does this process take? And do you need anything from me?" I haven't heard anything back from them. So that's something I may end up scrapping. Because it's very eerie that all this time I've been on a wait list, and I've barely heard anything from the site itself. Usually with sites like this, you get emails every couple of days saying, "Hey, we're offering this," or "Hey, here's a tip on that." Nothing. It's been nothing from this site. So I almost wonder if it's just somebody had a great idea and it's tanking. And I just happen to be a casualty of that. But that's where we are. That's where we are with voiceover. And even though, yes, we've had some defeats over the last couple of weeks, it's helping me build positive momentum. And a lot of times when we have these negative experiences, or I guess these defeats, um, it can make us backpedal and kind of shut down a little bit. And I tried my best to not let that happen this time. And it even goes back to 2 weeks ago. And in the content that I put out Thursday, I could have just said, "Ah, there's just such a bad taste in my mouth at this point. I don't even want to do it anymore." But I used that. I used that energy, and it started as negative energy, and I harnessed that negative energy for Thursday to allow me to speak candidly, clearly about where I was and what really happened. Hopefully you found that useful. If not, I apologize, but I felt like the way that it's done now is it's actually valuable. It actually could do you some good. But it did me good, and that's kind of what I needed to move forward, so I can get out of this. Oh, nothing's going my way. I can't do this right, and now I've got to talk to you about not doing it right. No, so I took that negative energy and I used it to create positive momentum. Okay, I kind of balanced the universe. I'm not sure that that's really what it was, but I definitely used the negative energy to create positive things. And instead of just taking a step back and just focusing on something else, I kept moving forward. And I kept moving forward and I kept moving forward. And I think that's the biggest thing. If there's one lesson that I didn't talk about in the lessons learned earlier, it's that you got to keep moving forward. Yes, it's good to take a long, hard look at the present and maybe the very recent past to find out what went right, what went wrong. But to stay in that mindset and not move forward, it's the downfall of many, many, many ideas, many, many, many people. And I feel like I successfully navigated that and successfully moved forward. So I hope it leads to better, bigger and better things as we move forward. And if I can keep this mindset, I'm pretty sure it will. I'm feeling pretty good about it. So we're hustling. Maybe not for money yet, but we're definitely hustling. And it feels good. It feels really good. All right, so that's all I got for this vlog Sunday. Before we go, it's no longer at the top. It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom now. Follow us on social media, 625 Media. Also, Facebook, it's just 625 because I don't know. I wasn't thinking. That's okay. 625 is all you got to remember. Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. Go find us on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like this video. Like it. Hustle to YouTube and like it and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. It's the only way you're going to know when I'm doing new things. It's the only way you're going to know unless you visit my blog every hour. And I doubt that you're doing that. My visit numbers tell me that you're not doing that. So go ahead, hit us up on social media. Also, don't forget to reach out. I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm happy to address your concerns. Also, still looking for people who are doing their own side hustles. I'm looking for you to join me on Vlog Sunday. Love to talk to you. Love to hear your experience, and I'm sure everybody else would too, because we all could learn from each other, and it's one of the greatest gifts that human beings can give to each other. It's the knowledge that they've learned through experience to help their fellow human. I almost said fellow man, and you can't say that anymore. You can't say fellow man. You got to say fellow human. I'm going to say fellow primates because I don't know. Maybe chimpanzees are side hustling too. I don't know. We're all primates. We're all just primates here. So let's help each primate out. Let's help them all help them all out and share that knowledge. And I want to help you share that knowledge with everyone else. Okay? Okay. So I gotta hustle. I'm Josh. This has been From the Attic, the 625 Media blog. We'll see what comes this week. Hopefully it's more positive energy. But until then, I'll see you later.